Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video with Saiyan Day ending in a few days. I thought, why not do a special edition of the Dokkan? And it is around this guy right here, this year's Saiyan Day unit, the Super Saiyan God Goku. We have our team, we have 5 empty slots, we're ready to fill it out with pure Saiyan units, and we have a wheel full of all of the pure Saiyan characters that are currently on Dokkan. We're going to spin the wheel, we'll get a name, then we'll go over to my box on Dokkan, scroll through the characters, put them on the wheel, and then the wheel will decide our Saiyan Day team.
Oh brother, this guy stinks!
Without further ado, let's spin the wheel. We've got every single pure Saiyan unit on the wheel. Who are we gonna start with? We can even get a dual unit depending on who we get. Goku's or Vegeta's, we could get a dual unit, but it's looking like our first one is gonna be Tailist. I mean, unless we get the Easy A or maybe the LR, not a good start. Just remembered the LR doesn't count as pure Saiyan because it's the whole squad, but it's okay. We moved. We've got the AJL one, the Great Ape one, the Tech, In, and Strength Tailers. I'm not gonna lie, unless we get the Easy A, this is a poor start. Will, do not fail me now. Which Tailers are you gonna give me? I mean, as I said, any of them who isn't the AGL Tailers. Are we getting the AGL Tailers? Come on, no. I'm pretty sure that's the free-to-play Tailers. Will, what have you done to me? Now, the beauty of this Will video is we are not getting rid of any of the Saiyan characters. So if it wants to give me Tailers again, I hope you don't. We could get another Tailers unit on the team, but hopefully not. Give me Goku's, give me Vegeta's, because we have plenty to choose from. I thought we was going to get another Tailers, and we're going to go for Borgus.
Oh, you motherfuckers. Okay. All right.
One of the peakest hairlines probably in Dragon Ball. I know my boy Jeets has got that McDonald's shape up, but at this point, mate, just gotta give up on your hair. Another terrible choice. Not many units to choose from, but we have to spill nonetheless. We've got a Great Ape Borgus, and of course we have the free-to-play Team Bardock Easy A. I mean, between these two, I don't really mind. I'd prefer the free-to-play one. He's actually better, but Will, what are you going to give us? It's going to be the AJL Borgus. Not bad. After the terrible start that was the free-to-play Tailers, I'll take that. I may or may not have spelt Borgus wrong, but sue me. There we go. Fixed. Next unit, next character, who you gonna give us? Come on, Will, give me Goku, give me Vegeta, even a Bardock at this point. I mean, we have some good units on here, and you give me all the B-Tech Saiyans that just no one really cares about. So some Goku and Vegetas would be very much appreciated. Fuck! Is this a sick joke? Is this a sick joke? Another Tailus. Another Tailus. Here's to hoping we get the Easy A one. After removing the Strength one, because we can't have him twice, it can only get easier to get the Easy A one, right? Right? Well, let's spin and find out. Come on, Will, do not do me dirty, please. The Easy A, stop. Stop. AJL Tailus. Okay, Will, no more Tailuses, please. Give me no more Tailuses. Thank you. The penultimate unit for our Saiyan Day team. We still have no big units, but here's to hoping the next unit, the second to last unit to go on our team. It's not Goku and Vegeta's, it's Kaba, isn't it? It's Kaba. How are you giving me the bitch of the Saiyans? Like, he's generally a bitch. When you think about Goku, Vegeta, Bardock, Broly, this guy is a bitch.
I'm like, what do you say fuck me for?
Okay, Will, give us a Kaba. I don't really care which one we get, because none of them are good. Tech Kaba, you're going to give me Tech Kaba? Okay, we got Tech Kaba, great. Let's move on. Final unit. Final unit to finish out our Saiyan Day team. Who are you going to give us? I mean, at this point, it doesn't really matter. It can't get any worse, right? And it looks like we're finishing with Fasha. Out of all of the Saiyan units we could have got, we've got absolutely none of the good ones. Once again, we don't have many choices, but does it really matter at the end of the day? That's not the good in Fasha, by the way. That is the free-to-play one. Actually, no, I think the good Fasha is actually Fizz. Either way, it doesn't matter. Our team's an absolute shambles. Which Fasha are you going to give us? Not even the decent one. You're going to give us the Strength one, the Great Ape one. Thanks, Will. Thanks, Will. You really decided to shag us here. Our team is absolutely meaty, but let's build it, take it into event, and see how far we get. So we've got the team. We're actually in Infinite Dragon Ball history. I did do a first attempt in Boss Rush, but even with the SSR Turles, he's not, it's just not that difficult even with him there. So I thought, why not go into a slightly more challenging event? Not as challenging as it used to be. But that's actually a funny thing that I've mentioned in a few videos recently in just terms of how much Dokkan has changed. Like, you remember back in the day when Boss Rush itself was like probably one of the hardest pieces of content in the game. Then Boss Rush became like incredibly easy like a year or so later. And then we had like that beat the clock challenge or that time challenge. That was never really that difficult. But do you remember when that was a thing? You know, and then what did we have after that? You know, we've constantly had Super Battle Road and Extreme Super Battle Road forever being updated, which, you know, that has gotten incredibly more difficult over the years. But by the way, look at his SSR art. Look at his art. It just looks so different compared to what we used to. And he doesn't even have 7 links. He only has 4. 4! He can't even be made into a TUR, which is so annoying. But yeah, in terms of just difficult content, I said we had Boss Rush, we had that time challenge event, we then had like, we've had Super Battle Road and Extreme Super Battle Road in the game for years, but they're forever updating the difficulty. I know it's not on like Red Zone level, but it's a lot harder compared to what it used to be. But in terms of them, I mean, to be fair, Super Battle Road and ESBR especially have always been quite difficult. I mean, depending on where the meta is sitting in Dokkan during that time period, it's always going to have that level of difficulty. Obviously, it's got more difficult, but in a way, it's kind of stayed the same, if that makes sense. As I said, just because the way the game's changed, they kind of keep up with it to a certain extent. But yeah, we had Boss Rush. Do you remember when the original Goku event became a thing, and that was the new hardest event in the game, or the new hardest boss? You know, you had to deal with UI Goku dodging everything 24/7. It used to drive me nuts, you know. And then they started adding category missions, which I'm not gonna lie, the category missions did actually add an extra layer of difficulty, just because if you didn't have the right units or some of the good units on certain categories, or you didn't have many units to actually use, you know, depending on where you were summoning, that added an extra layer of difficulty, you know. And even one of them, even if you did have all of the good units, another one that was an absolute pain in the arse that I've still probably got PTSD for to this day, has got to be the Corroded Body and Mind mission. That mission was absolute hell. Like, even if you had all of the good units, you had the Dokkan Fest Tech Janemba, you had the Strength and Int 1 Easy Aid, you even had, you know, Easy A AGL Rose. You know, even if you had all of the actual good units, even when Margin Vegeta drops, and a Margin Vegeta a couple, like last year, I was gonna say a couple years ago, definitely wasn't a couple years ago, but even if you had him, even using him made it difficult. You know, you needed to get him 6 key spheres because there was no trunks. You then wanted to get the tech one because you'd run him with him. You needed to get him key spheres to get his guard, I think it is. Oh my god, what a mission. Like I said, even if you had the good units, even if you level 10 linked them, yes, it made it more doable, but you needed the stars to align. You needed a pig to fly for that mission to just go your way. Like, it took me so many attempts to actually beat that. I said, I think I probably still got PTSD to the day from that mission. Then we had the GT Goku event, which, I'm not gonna lie, Full Power Straight 4 Goku, he, for the time in Dokkan, he hit really hard. Like, it's kind of mad to think about it now, considering what we've seen from Red Zone, you know, like over 1 million on a super, 400-500k on a basic, you know, only some of the top units can actually compete in Red Zone. But at one point, that GT Goku event, that Full Power Straight 4 Goku stage or phase, that motherfucker hit hard. Like, hard. Oh, and we can't avoid Turles being hit. He has 13k defense, which, I mean, we only have 2 items, but I'm not going to take that risk. I'm going to use the Whis, and we're going to be safe. He's still probably going to take a lot of damage, but, you know, we want to get as far as we possibly can and actually survive. So let's hope that that second slot attack is not a super attack. But yeah, GT Goku at one point was the hardest event in the game. You know, that's it, that Full Power Straight 4 Goku, he had some damage behind him. Oh, and God forbid you had an AGL unit in that final phase, because they were getting their shit rocked. And then we had the Vegeta event. Again, kind of debatable which one was more difficult, the GT Goku event or him. But of course, Vegeta had the gimmick of lowering your defense. And if you had a unit that you didn't want that happening to, moment of truth, by the way, 65k attack stat in 2023. But moment of truth, even with Whis, how much that... Oh, okay, damn. I mean, not to be surprised, it is an SSR. With Whis active, even Fasher is taking some damage. Definitely a lot more challenging than Boss Rush. Boss Rush was a walk compared to this. This is actually the most recent stage, by the way, if you haven't noticed. But, you know, what else was there? Yeah, as I was saying with the Vegeta event, you know, like, debatable which one was more difficult, but if that one unit you didn't want defense being lowered on, like one of the kind of the weaker units out of the bunch, the follow-up basics, they were doing damage. Like, that was run defining. That was run over, game over, try again, you know. And again, the category missions they added for GT Goku event, Vegeta event, they made them even more challenging. Because I said, if you were missing 2 units that helped the team, or just didn't have like a decent setup to take into those category missions, you were having a tough time. You were struggling. So there was that, and then, you know, as I said, Super Battle Road and ESPR forever being updated, you know, no matter where we are in Dokkan. Then we got the God event. We had the God event. Do you remember when that was like one of the more harder one of the hardest events in the game for a year, like from the 6th anniversary? Like, you weren't completing those missions and completing all the stages unless you pretty much had LRUI. Unless you had LRUI. Please don't tell me you're locked. Are you locked? No, he's just sealed. Okay, good. I'm not gonna lie, I panicked a little bit. I actually had a little bit of panic. We're not even gonna get a super tackle from Kaba. Funny enough, I don't even have any dupes in Kaba. A unit that's been around for so many years, I do not have dupes in. Actually, this might be... Is this free to... This might be a free-to-play Cabra, I'm not gonna lie. I can't actually remember. Maybe that's why he doesn't have any dupes. Maybe it was Chris being lazy back in the day. That might be a free-to-play Cabra. Actually, I think that is a free-to-play Cabra. Maybe that was me being lazy. But yeah, you know, not Red Zone, we're not even on that yet. God event, I said that was the hardest event for a year in the game after the 6th anniversary. And LRUI, like, you kind of needed him to do majority of the missions, or an absolute MVP of that event was the Tech Cauliflower, which, by the way... Oh, damn, we just took 3... Oh!
What?
Okay.
What the fuck?
So I was saying, the Tech Cauliflower was an absolute MVP to doing those God missions, and now here we are with Red Zone being the absolute standard for a lot of the recent releases we've had in the last couple of years since it came out. The Dokkan Fest, LRs, everything. So yeah, Dokkan has changed, but we had our run thwarted. I mean, I'm not surprised when our team looks like this, but I do want to do more wheel videos. I just need to find the time with all the content and everything going on. But yeah, hopefully you did enjoy this video. If you do want to see more, don't forget to let me know down in the comments. Don't forget to drop a like as well. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Take care, and peace.